Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you guys about something pretty serious, and I feel like everyone goes through this phase, and it's about being in La La Land, as you can see by the title of this video. Um La La Land basically means you're tripping, or you sound crazy, your ideas sound crazy, what you want to do for a living sounds crazy, um, your gift, your talent, where you see yourself in a couple of years sounds crazy. And I remember, like, usually when you're a child, you're in La La Land for real, because we literally say, when I grow up, I want to be like a superhero, or I want to be like Spider-Man or something crazy. But like it feels so real to us at that age. And what I remember doing when I was really young is keeping it's like a journal where I wrote down all of my dreams that I wanted, all of my desires. I want to live like this and do this for a living and that kind of thing. And I feel like as you get older, I would say maybe it starts in like your teenage years and like your 20s, maybe, of like this thing of being realistic, where, okay, you're done dreaming, wake up from your dream, look at reality, look at the world that we live in, and you need to take your vision and try to make it fit into this box. And yeah, we just go through this phase of like self doubt and believing that we're crazy and stuff like that. But I just wanted to make this video to remind you to continue living in La La Land. For me, when you have a dream and a vision for yourself, it's actually something that God has given you. Like, you're not making this thing up, because at the end of the day, where do ideas come from? Right? There's only one source. I believe there's only like God, and like there's only one spirit, God, light, and everything. Our soul is trying to show us who we are, what we came here for, what we came here to do, what we have the potential to do. And I feel like the most important thing is just listening to that, and the how will sort itself out. You're not responsible for figuring out the how. Your responsibility is saying yes and being open to that. So yeah, that's just the video I wanted to share. I felt so inspired to talk about this, of like, whatever your dream is, whatever you want to do, continue living in La La Land, in your world, in your reality, because that's something that no one can take away from you. You're always in charge of like your thoughts throughout the day, regardless of what's happening externally. You are in charge of that, you're responsible over that. So yeah, I hope that you really found this video inspiring, and continue living in that. And if anything, don't be realistic, because then what's the point of being here? What's the point of coming down to earth if we're going to be realistic? Like, even when it comes to realistic, someone made these rules of, oh, from this age to this age, you're supposed to be doing this, you're supposed to be in school, school starts at this time and ends at this time. When you work at this job, this is your salary ceiling. Like, someone made that up. Literally, God didn't come here and give us limitations. Like, it's man made. So, in the same way, you can unlearn that and undo that in your own life. So I would say continue to say yes to yourself and to your path and to what your soul is showing you. And also remembering that your soul is so massive. And like, I was just thinking, like, this world is too small for who I am, for who we are and what we're born to do. And I think that we look small, um, just so we can fit in, like our physique. It's just like the sun. The sun is really, really huge, but looking at it from here, it looks small. I think it's the same thing. Like, we're huge, our soul spirit is so big, but we're gonna just look small just so we can be in earth. And yeah, don't fool yourself. You're bigger than what you give yourself credit for, what other people give you credit for. And it's just a matter of you tapping into that, regardless of what's showing up externally, regardless of what people are saying, what they think. It's you choosing that. And yeah, that's just the most important thing, because at the end of the day, it's your life. You're going to be here one time. There are no repeats, you know. So I would say, like, put your best foot forward and just trust. It may not make sense now. um, the path may not be clear, but it's just your soul knows what it's doing. Your soul is so intelligent. um, it has infinite wisdom. It has access to infinite wisdom, and it knows what it's doing. It knows why it's here, and it knows what you need to do to get here. It understands your vision and what you want to do and the crazy ideas you have. So I would say keep leaning into that. Yeah, keep leaning in. And just a reminder before I conclude, that everything external became internal first. Like, it was first invisible. Cars were just an idea first. Planes were an idea. It was invisible. It was in our mind first, and then that's what creates reality. And it's about you following through with that vision, you know, with that idea that you have. And I think it's just the same thing for whatever that you want to create in your life. It starts with your desires. It just starts with the idea in your mind first and following through, and then you can create it externally. So yeah, that's all for this video. I hope that you found it hopeful. It's just like a little motivational thing of like, keep living in la la land, keep dreaming, keep imagining. Do not be realistic. No matter what. And um our minds are programmed to think a certain way about things. They're programmed to, you know, oh, this is how much you can earn if you do this, and this is normal, this is not normal, you know, this is crazy, this is not crazy, so you do what's not crazy. And yeah, I think your soul is crazy. Your soul has these big dreams. Your soul has no limitations, knows no limitations. And you're here in this body to tap into your spirit, tap into your soul, and release whatever is coming through from the inside to make it external. You know, again, otherwise, why are we here? If we're just gonna sit around and do nothing with our soul, you know, like, that's wasted potential. You have no idea. Whatever you have to offer will change the world. You know, you have no idea who it will help, who it will inspire, what it can do for humanity. So I would say just tap into that. You can read books on it, you can listen to YouTube videos, just do whatever it takes to just stay in tune with that flow happening internally. Yeah, so that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I really do hope that this helped you, because I just felt so inspired to just talk about this and to just say this. Yeah, I hope it's helpful. Just keep living in La La Land, no matter what's going on externally. It could be crazy in your external world, in your reality. Keep living in La La Land, because that's actually where the answers are. Spirit, you know, like, when something happens, um, God always knows what to do. He's not like stressed out, like, oh, I didn't think about this part. Should we do this or do that? Like, what makes sense right now? It's just like this infinite knowing, this infinite calmness, and just like intuitive knowing, gut feeling. You know, that's just what it is. Like, he's not stressed out about things. Like, nothing takes him off guard. You know, and um I think it's just the same thing. Like, whenever external things happen, it's actually our mind that's been programmed, that's like stresses out, and that's like, oh my gosh, what do I do? But your spirit, you're calm. Your spirit, your soul is so calm, and it's so connected to God, and it's just like, all you need to do is receive the answer. You know, it's to be in that realm of just a solution. If you dwell on the problem, you know, it makes it harder for you to receive the solution, to receive the answer. So if something's coming up externally, um, don't try to like push it and like with force, you know, just lean back, receive, open up to receive answers, to receive a solution. And most of the time it just comes through. You can stumble on a book, you can stumble on a YouTube video, You can stumble on a person while you're walking. Like literally anything can happen, and it's crazy. And that's personally happened for me. Like whenever I was stuck with something, something would happen. I would, like right now, I had questions. I had so many questions about this and that, and I got answers. Like I stumbled on videos on YouTube and a book that could help me learn more about certain topics. So yeah, just know that God always has your back. You may not feel it, and probably you don't feel it because you're always in your mind. Your mind is your condition, how you've been conditioned to be and think and feel, who you've been conditioned to be as a person versus who your heart really is, who your soul really is. And you get to hearing what's happening, what God is saying by you learning to quiet your mind, learning to spend more time with God. And I keep saying this is the last thing, but things are just flowing right now. So another thing I want to talk about is, as you guys may know, in some religions, they fast. Some religions fast, and so they restrict themselves from eating certain foods. They focus a lot on fruits and veggies, and they spend more time maybe in prayer, and and what that does is the reason why a lot of the times they have breakthroughs and stuff like that, miracles happen, and it's because you're listening, you're tapping into your heart. It's not that the miracles did not exist. It's because you're tapping into, like, your vibration is increasing. Like, you're letting go of your mind. Certain foods carry certain vibrations. That's why when you eat a certain way, you feel like you have more energy, you feel like you're more alive and stuff like that. Versus if you have like processed foods all the time, you feel like drained and tired and stuff like that. So as you eat certain foods, your energy is just like uplifted and you feel more connected. And these are actually foods that have been created intentionally for humans, by God. Literally, if you look at an avocado, potato, onion, banana, pears, apples, broccoli, these are all things that spirit has created. And if you think of like a hamburger or pizza, that's man created. And I feel like everything that we need to succeed in every area of our lives has already been created for us, and it's more about utilizing that. So they eat a certain way, they focus a lot more on spiritual things, learning and growing spiritually. Then they increase to hear what, to the answer, to the solution, So when you're at this level, like if you're eating crazy all the time and what you're eating is not nutritious, and maybe you're spending the whole day scrolling, something like that, this is where you're sitting. And it's harder for you to get the solutions to your problems if this is where your vibration is, So yeah, it's more about just making decisions that help you open up spiritually, yeah. I think this is the last thing. I'm gonna end it up here. Thank you so much for listening. I hope it did help you. I will see you guys in my next video. Have an amazing day. Goodbye.